I'm Jeff Altman, and I don't have this planned out like I do with my job search stuff and other things I share on YouTube or my podcast. But I've started to think about next phase in life and such. And I realize that one of the things I'm finding interesting is I'm an old guy. I turned 70 at the end of last year. And I found that most people don't pick up on that so readily. Like last week, uh, actually early this week, I was talking to someone I was pre-interviewing for my YouTube channel and podcast. And he referred to us as being contemporaries, and he was in his early 50s. After I let him talk for a while, I said, by the way, I'm 70. And he nearly leaped out of his seat. Really? And then there was someone I've known for a couple of years. I've coached them. I've coached their husband for a while. And there was the conversation that somehow wound up at age. And I said, by the way, I'm 70. And it was like, really? And I realized no one knows what 70 looks like. And part of that involves the separation that we have that's younger and older. We have separation from one another. Like, I think about the Star Wars movie. We have Luke Skywalker. This is the first movie. And he meets Yoda. Yoda is the wise being who's going to teach him the way of the Jedi. How wonderful. And in the real world, when you're younger, you really don't care about older people. They're annoyances. They get in the way. And there comes a point where they start to slow down and you want to kick them in the groin. I don't care male or female. It's like you want to get them out of the way because you're in a hurry. And they get the message. I know I got the message. And there was a time where I was still working in search at a particular agency. And the young'uns were kind of dismissive of those older than them. Older, like 20 years. I was in my 40s at the time. And the jokes about us became particularly obnoxious. And I remember having had enough. And I walked over to them collectively and scorned at them, saying, I just want you to know one thing. I'm your future, if you're lucky. And it shut them up right away because it reminded them that they were going to get older too. I talked briefly there about Luke Skywalker and Yoda. It's such a wonderful example of mentorship and support, of a quality elder working with a younger man and trying to provide guidance to him about life and how we don't really have that. I don't think there are many people in society who have that relationship with an older man, an older woman, that provides them with support on the journey. And that's really a shame, because I think it's a missing ingredient for many people, that mentorship that can come with that relationship. Now, what happens? Why does that happen? Well, in business, it's real simple. In business, everyone's going to pull their own weight and do their jobs, stay in their lane, and personal relationships are limited. Even in the mentoring relationship, the mentor is basically there as a stooge of the government, meaning the business, to try and make you happy. But there's the rare one that actually takes an interest in the mentee. Most of the time it's an obligation rather than a desire. I know when I worked in recruiting with one firm, they spoke about a mentor relationship with a less experienced staffer, which was their way of saying, we're not going to pay you an override for all the time you put in to help someone become a quality search professional. Wasn't going to do that. But in personal life, why not have that relationship with an older individual to talk things through? Like, you don't have to always follow their advice, but they're a sounding board along the way that helps you figure things out. I know I've belonged to an international men's organization for a lot of years, and there's the role of the elder in the organization, which I'm not real fond of, because most of them basically are old men, not elders. And I distinguish between the two as being energetically pathetic, those are the old men, versus the elders who carry the wisdom of the history of the organization and the emotional strength and support to work with someone less experienced to help them grow. So it's hard to find an elder. It's hard to find someone you can spend time with and have a quality relationship with, one-on-one. I know I offer it as a service. I do charge for it, but I'm just here to kind of sort things out for myself and for older men, really, about how to transition professionally. Because I know for many of you men, I'm going to speak to the men here. Women I know have a similar issue, but I don't live in your skin. I live in a man's skin, and thus I can speak to men more readily. You got to find a way of passing it on to those younger men, younger women, passing on your knowledge and experience without having a vested interest in the outcome. To ask them questions that allow them to sort things through and learn from your knowledge and your experiences. Now, learn is a metaphoric phrase because sometimes they're going to go in a different direction, of course, and not really listen to your advice. They've heard it, haven't taken it in, they're going to do what they wanted to do. They were looking for affirmation. You didn't really provide it, and they go off and do what they want. That's their prerogative. For you as an older man, for you as an elder, I think, for me as an elder, I think in terms of how can I support others being who they want to be? How can I be in good relationship with others that helps people learn and grow and develop? And it's more about our relationship with one another where the work is. It's not about, this is my problem, can you help me solve it? That is part of what the relationship is, but the bigger thing is the relationship. The relationship where each of you learns to trust one another and can support one another and help each other grow. And as an older man to become an elder, you have to see a purpose for your life, and this is a wonderful one to consider. So I think that I'm going to stop there. I'm going to do this with regularity, I believe, and kind of sort through some of my thinking, because I believe older men need an advisor to help you grow. And for this YouTube channel, I know this is different than what I've covered before. And if you're watching this on No BS Coaching Advice, I know this is different material than what I speak about there normally. But this is where I'm going to evolve to. I want to help older men become elders. If you older women can apply this, that's great, but I don't know if it applies to you. Have a terrific day. My website is nobscoachingadvice.com. I hope you find this helpful. Hope you can be great. Take care.